Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry for what I have put you through. Still have you on my mind, my mind. My focus been drifting away from you. Just wasn't our time, our time. You can say what you want, but I know you hurt at night. But I tried and I tried and I tried to hold you tight. So I'm here tonight, and I'm giving us one last chance, 'cause I don't wanna lose what we had. 'Cause I'm not feeling right, and I'm tired of this loneliness. Let me prove it, 'cause I swear I will. Love you better, yeah, yeah. Love you better, oh, love you better, love you better. Lately I've been feeling some type of way. I'm losing my mind, my mind. I know saying sorry might not be enough. Just tell me how I can make things right. Things right. You can say what you want, but I know you hurt at night. But I tried and I tried and I tried to hold you tight. So I'm here tonight, and I'm giving us one last chance, 'cause I don't wanna lose what we had. I'm not feeling right, and I'm tired of this loneliness. Let me prove it, 'cause I swear I will. Love you better, yeah, yeah. Love you better, love you better, love you better, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry for what I have put you through. Still have you on my mind, my mind. My focus been drifting away from you. Just wasn't our time, our time. You can say what you want, but I know you hurt at night. But I tried and I tried and I tried to hold you tight. So I'm here tonight, and I'm giving us one last chance, 'cause I don't wanna lose what we had. 'Cause I'm not feeling right, and I'm tired of this loneliness. Let me prove it, 'cause I swear I will.
ISTV, Intercontinental Sports TV. Back again this beautiful Monday. Oh my goodness. It is what it is. Champions League champions, Manchester City. Treble winner. How about Salah? You got me. Come on, let's go. Yes. All right, we're good to go, people. I have in this video straight up. Share your media is standing well. Irate in the building. Prof also in the building. Kunle as well. Kunle, talk to me. Are you ready? What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm good to go. Good evening, Prof. This time.
Yeah, your mouthpiece is cracking. Where you at?
Sorry?
I can't hear you well. There's a much noise there. Maybe your mic is cracking up. Can you hear me loud and clear, Kunle?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
All right, better off now. Better off. You're welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, Don.
All right, let me welcome Margaret as well. Margaret is also ready. Margaret, talk to me. Are you ready? Beautiful Monday, Man City champions.
Yeah, Don, I'm ready.
All right,
Hi.
go. All right, you're welcome to the show. Let me see, Prof. Man City, at the end of the day, they're all the champions. Prof, welcome to the show. What's going on, bro?
Thank you very much, Don. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic to be here today. Back for Man City. Like very good team. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about today.
All right, guys. It is what it is. Irate, welcome to the show. What's going on, bro? Man City champions.
Hey, Don. Hello, everyone. Yep, Man City champions. Good to be back here on the show today to discuss that wonderful, eventful final. It was a game that lived up to expectations, so it was a good one. Good to be here.
All right, welcome once again. Shaye Midora. Come to me, Shaye. What's going on? How you doing? How you feeling?
Yeah, good evening, Don. It's great to be back. Good evening to all the guys on, and congrats to Man City for winning the treble, and I guess we'll go into it during the show.
Yes. Congratulations to Manchester City winning the league. We'll be right back on that. The talking point is going to be the Champions League review and the quick debate after this one. And also, we're looking at the Roland Garros, this great man. About Djokovic, I tell you, Kunle has so many things to say about Djokovic being the champions, Roland Garros. And also, we've been looking at Arsenal as they focus on the transfer gist today. It's going to be a beautiful day. But quick one on the quick debate. Anywhere you're watching from, please find the like on the video. This is Intercontinental Sports TV. Back again, doing this every Monday. Why not? Join us. Join the community. We have about 6,100 and something followers on this channel. It is what it is. Let's start off with this great man, Hurricane. Should he leave sports or stay? Shaye, I'm going to start off with you. What do you think about this? Should he leave or stay? Talk to me. Yes, talk to me.
Well, I think we need to consider that Spurs are actually apparently asking for about £100 million or even higher. So I think a potential sale will depend on any club willing to match that asking price. I think that's one thing. And if any club is willing to match it, is he actually willing to leave the Premier League? Because we all know he has 1 year left on his contract. So most clubs might want to wait 1 season or 1 more year to get him on a free transfer. Because personally, I feel it makes no sense paying about £100 million when you can get him for free next year. So I personally feel he's going to stay 1 more season. But if a club is willing to pay, what clubs are actually out there looking for strikers? We know Spurs will not want to sell to Chelsea. despite the Pochettino connection at Chelsea. We know they want to sell to Chelsea. They might be more willing to sell to Man United, but we know Man you have currently they have issues with splurging on players. Although if the takeover is completed, they might be able to make a outlay on a player. The only club that is left is Real Madrid that I feel might get him, or maybe even Bayern Munich, but we don't know if they are willing to pay that high for a player who is, I think, 30. So I feel he's going to stay one more season. But if I were him, we for all his attributes and for all his skills, I feel not winning something is actually a slight on him because he's world class. He's someone who can be a playmaker, who can be a goal scorer as well. So he deserves to actually have accolades to his name. So I hope he lives to win something. But we all know that he also wants to break Alan Shearer's Premier League goal scoring record. So I think that might make him a bit biased into wanting to stay in the Premier League if he eventually gets the move. So let's see what happens. Well, I feel he's going to stay for the season, for next season.
All right. Irates, go for it. What do you think about Harry Kane? Should he leave or stay in Tottenham Hotspur? Irates.
Yeah, I think first of all we have to note the fact that he and his camp made a very bad decision when they signed that long-term 6-year deal. That is keeping him there till date, because if he didn't sign that deal, it would have been easier for him to force his way out, even when Man City were trying to sign him. So first of all, that was a very, very bad move. And Harry Kane, I'm beginning to doubt his ambition as a player, honestly, because I don't think he's doing enough to try to force this move through. And even if he has to go abroad to win trophies, I feel as a player or as a young player growing up, going from amateur to semi-pro to professional, you dream about winning these trophies. I mean, it's good to break records, but the truth is, even if Harry Kane breaks the record, I see another person breaking that record. That same record is going to set. What he can hold on to is these trophies. That is what no one can take from him. That is more important than Alan Shearer's record to me. So even if he has to go to Bayern Munich, force his move to any club, because like Shearer said, 100 million is a lot for a 29-year-old. And you might probably get him next year for free. So if I'm Harry Kane right now, I'm leaving Spurs. They are talking about, if he stays, he'll get a statue and all of that. He already deserves the statue. He's their all-time top scorer. So what else do they want from him? So honestly, for me, I think whoever is their new coach, should get whatever they can get from Harry Kane and rebuild that team. There are so many important positions that need players coming in, starting from their goalkeeper. So I'm getting that money and I'm rebuilding the team. Harry Kane is 29. They need to start looking at life after Harry Kane. That is the truth. So if I'm Harry Kane and Tottenham, I think it's a win-win to just let Harry Kane go, get as much as you can from him, and let him go and win the medals and trophies he deserves. So that is just my take on that.
All right. That's good. Prof, do you have anything to say about this? Should Kane, I'm talking about Harry Kane, should he stay or leave? Prof, talk to me. You're welcome on the show. I think I lost Prof there. Prof, can you hear me?
I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
So the boys have said a lot already concerning the issue. But when I was just before the show started, I was on I was looking through Instagram and I saw the English boys are reporting to the camp, and if you see the welcome they were giving Declan Rice for being an European champion, even though it's a conference league, but they all welcomed him. I think as a player, you look at this and you've not had any sort of trophy whatsoever. I think Kim must be feeling some type of way about it. When these English players come over, when they meet each other and they're talking about the experiences and trophies, he doesn't have anything to say. So I think he has to make a decision this season. And I don't think it's wise to stay one more season. Certainly, it's not wise for Levy to let him go on a free, because no matter what happens, I don't see him staying more than next season. So I don't think it's wise for the Levy to let him go on a free, and I don't think it's wise also for him to decide to stay one more season, because the stakes are very, very high right now in the world of football. And if he refuses to go, Man United, I mean, they are in for the Atalanta striker now, Rasmus Højlund, and they might get him. And when they get him, if he starts chipping in with the goals, nobody's going to look at Harry Kane anymore. Chelsea obviously will look somewhere else. So you cannot wait on it, because you might not get the opportunity in the big teams anymore. So I think he has to make a decision this season. But the reports that we are hearing is that Levy is trying to stall on it and doesn't want him to go. So I don't think the question is, should he leave sports? I think he should leave. I think he should leave now.
All right, I think he should leave. I'm going to go crossover to Kunle. Kunle, you can see the highlight of the picture. So many players have applied them, make the trade at Spurs. Most of them are out winning trophies. Even this great man also has already have a cup in his cupboard. I'm talking about Eriksen, who also is kicking it. Having a trophy. Do you think Kane should leave or stay, Kunle?
Okay, well, first, I think I would go with what Shea had said earlier by saying that Kane has one more season left. So I think it is only logical for him to see out this season. Left to me, he shouldn't sign any contract extension, right? Let's not forget that Tottenham are under a new manager. So maybe if things improve under Tottenham, maybe they are back in the top 4 and maybe they progress well in cup competitions. It's not as if Tottenham have not done well in cup competitions before, but if there seems to be better stability compared to, since Pochettino, because I can't say Spurs were stable under Jose Mourinho, neither were they that stable under Antonio Conte. But if there is better stability, it might prompt Kane to want to extend his stay. Now, I just want to point something out where, there's people have consistently said he needs to win a trophy. But I want to ask something. You see, most of these players that we've put their pictures here, these are big trophies that we're looking at. Where we're talking about like the Premier League, Champions League. So what if at the end of the day, maybe Harry Kane goes to Manchester United and all he's able to get there is the League Cup or the FA Cup, or he goes to Chelsea and it's the same thing, or Real Madrid and maybe things don't work out, maybe because he's not able to speak Spanish, or maybe he doesn't just fit into the system of whoever the manager is. So all these things are going to come into play. But maybe people seem to forget that at Tottenham Hotspur, he is the focal point, right? He is not in competition with anyone, and this is what is making him thrive. If you go to a Real Madrid, you're going to be surrounded with superstars. In Manchester City, it's the same thing. In Chelsea, it's the same thing. And I feel at that point, we've known him to be a potent goal scorer. I even have a feeling that Harry Kane might not be scoring that much goals, because we've seen him now that he plays this sort of more deeper role. So what we will find out is, instead of people giving Harry Kane the ball, let's say in Manchester United, you will find out that Harry Kane is giving the ball more to someone like Rashford, Sancho, Garnacho, and all of that. And at the end of the day, maybe Rashford will be getting more goals than him. You understand? So I feel, for me, he's doing well at Spurs. Okay, things might change under this new manager. We don't know. So for me, I feel it's best he stays. If he leaves now,
if you are Kane, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
we said the same thing for Mourinho. Said the same thing for Conte.
Yeah.
So why do you think things will change under this man coming from?
And that's why I said. That's why I said this is his final year. See it out. If things are not working by January, he will be by January he can now start signing pre-contract. So let him see out this season.
He will be 1 year older by January. Do you realize that?
Yes, but I think it is still going to be logical, because Harry Kane is not gone. He's not a finished product. Harry Kane still has like 4 or 5 years to play at top level. Okay, so that's why I feel let him just see out.
Do you actually know that now he is 29? His value has actually dropped. No, his value has actually dropped. That is why Madrid are reluctant. Madrid don't want to pay that amount Tottenham are asking for, because they look at one, he has just a year left on his contract, and then secondly, the age factor have actually limit that value. So if he stays till next season, it's going to be very difficult for clubs to. I'm not saying his value, he won't. Madrid won't go for him, but that Tottenham themselves will not be able to get the kind of money they would get now. So it is actually best for him to leave now.
No, you see, this is the point now. You see, he controls the narrative here by not signing a contract because, like I said, from January he can start speaking to clubs. And please, Harry Kane's value is not going to drop. Harry Kane is still going to be a prolific striker. That's why I said he still has like 4-5 seasons. So his value might be dropping, but he is still going to be a top player. And please, if by the end of the season he's a free agent, trust me, Real Madrid are going to get him. Because he's going to.
Okay, now let's talk about Real Madrid now. If you look at the strikers that they brought in recent years, they are players who are in their prime. They don't bring in players who are almost above, their prime. They bring in players as at that moment they are in their prime. You see how they were pursuing Mbappe. They couldn't get it. They brought in Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
If you look at the front line of Madrid, I don't know, maybe you guys will get me wrong. We've never seen them bringing in a 30-year-old or a 30-something-year-old to the front line. You've not seen Madrid hardly. So, to me, if Kane is leaving, let him leave. Let him leave right now. He should do the same thing. Yeah, he should do the same thing Madrid and Gareth Bale did. Rebel, come on, go. Gareth Bale at the point. If I were Kane, Gareth Bale faked injury. He faked injury. And at the end of the day, what happened? He played in Wales for a World Cup qualifier. He played, and then Madrid already told Levy, "I am leaving. I don't want to stay." And he went to Croatia. From Croatia, even telling them that I am going to train alone there. And what did he do? When Tottenham went to, I think, pre-season in United States, he came back and trained on his own. And because of that, Levy had no choice but to allow him leave. He accepted the transfer from Madrid. So Kane should do the same thing. This guy needs to win a trophy. He has got enough for him to deserve at least a trophy.
All right, because of our time, let's move on to the next topic. Yes, these are the champions over the weekend. Manchester City, though it's so sad. Manchester United fan has to mention it, but it is what it is. Don't ask me questions. So, Manchester City winning the Champions League. Irate, what do you think? What do you think about Manchester City winning the treble?
I think the noisy neighbors are no longer actually noisier now because they are making a lot of noise of Manchester right now. It's a great feat. It's a great feat. These guys are legends. They have already cemented their names in Man City folklore, winning their first Champions League ever. So it's a big deal. It was a great game. And I would say, like I usually say, every great team, no matter how good you are, you just need things to go right for you in certain moments. You need that little bit of luck at times.
Yes.
And Man City deserve it. It wasn't their best game, but they made sure that they stayed compact. They made sure that they also, like, I feel Inter made them play the way Inter usually plays. So we saw the likes of Gundogan and Rodri like snapping into tackles. It was a pretty much tough game. But I would say kudos to Man City, kudos to Pep. He's one of the greatest managers of all time, if not the greatest. He's won 5 out of 6 Premier League titles. So many achievements. He has revolutionized the game. Went to Bayern, did the same. Came to Man City, did the same. Right now, they are favourites going into next season for both the Premier League and the Champions League. So, what else could you ask for? People say, he has spent money. He has spent money. He has also made money. They have a better net spending since Pep came. Better than Man United and some other clubs as well. So, but they have the trophies to show for it. So, kudos to Pep, kudos to Man City. They are worthy treble winners.
I tell you that worthy treble winners. Prof, during that game, Lukaku missed a sitter. Lukaku, I think, is coming back to Chelsea next season. What do you see about the game? Should Inter have, won, or what's the aspect of the game do you really enjoy? Talking about the Champions League.
Yeah, first of all, it wasn't the best of games, but look, nobody cares. Pep won't care. The players won't care. Already before the game, I sort of analyzed it. I told him it would be a difficult game for Man City, simply because of the information that Inter plays. I think if Premier League managers are looking to hold back City, they must change their style, and I think they must give them the respect they deserve, and sometimes change their style of play to hold them. I think if you go with a 3-5-2 formation like Inter Milan did, what you do is you limit the way the City's potent wingers in Grealish and Bernardo Silva, which you counter them with your fullback, with your wing backs, and that was what Inter Milan did. And look, City could not find it. The unlikely goal scorer was Rodri, who came up with the goal. So I think that's one for the Premier League managers to learn. And you can also see it in the way Brentford played them last season. Brentford did not lose a game against Man City. They played 3-5-2 formation against them. So that's, by the way, the Champions League, fantastic. This team is such a great team. Pep has turned them around. He has revolutionized. He has changed them. It's not the all guns blazing Man City that we used to know. The likes of Sane and Sterling beating people 5-6-7. They are a little bit more conservative these days. They know how to defend properly. Difficult to beat. You can't score against them. He has made it. He has made it work. He has found a way to make defense much stronger. They don't concede chances. So it's a fantastic feat. I, for one, I saw it coming because I knew how strong they were. For me, what gave me the sign was the defense. I knew they were always going to score goals. I knew Haaland would do his thing, but then the fact that he shut out the defense, I thought that was the moment I knew that this people could go all the way, and they did it. And it's just amazing. For Inter Milan, for Lukaku, I don't see him coming anywhere close to Chelsea. He doesn't want to come.
Oh, really?
He wants to be. He doesn't want to come. He can't play for Chelsea anymore. And I didn't even see enough in that final to say he can be the centre forward, the number one striker for Chelsea. Some of the chances, that's the one that he headed right into the middle. I think you put that anywhere across the post and it goes in. Where you don't put it straight in the middle. So I think he was really poor in the game with those chances that he missed in the Champions League final. But all in all, congratulations to Man City. I think this team can, if we're not careful, they won't take to the next level. Haaland was interviewed after the game. And guess what this 22-year-old boy was asking Thierry Henry? After winning the treble, Haaland was asking Henry, how can I get better? What can I do to get better after winning the treble and breaking goal scoring records? This is the mentality that this team has. This is the mentality that Pep has imbibed in them. They are going to, don't be surprised next season, they will go again. They will go all again because it's just what Pep, and it's the manager. It's Pep Guardiola. He's a genius. He's the best ever in the world as far as I'm concerned. And you ask great players. Ricardo Kaka was asked yesterday who would like to have played under. He said he would love to have played under Pep. A lot of players want to play under him. It's an enigma. So look, I'm not surprised at this. Congratulations to them.
All right, congratulations to them. Kunle, I'm going to ask you this. Treble. We've all been saying treble for Manchester United at every point. What do you see about this game, about this treble? Man City coming up with this treble in this way, in this fashion, in this manner. How will you compare? Because people have been comparing, the treble of Manchester United compared to this. What's your opinion on this?
Well, for me, I think it was always going to happen, right? Because we've seen how City have been very ruthless and efficient under Pep Guardiola, right? So it was evident, and I think this season, after a period where they had a blip in form, they came back up and they came back much more stronger. Especially when they started deploying this use of 4 center backs, with one of them, playing in a midfield role. That means like City became more efficient defensively, so they became maybe like tougher to break, unlike before. So Guardiola now has become more cautious. So it's not just about charging forward and possession. It's also now the fact that teams can actually try to break City on the counter, and also we have to find a way that such wouldn't happen. And you find out that ever since that formation, ever since he had that tweak in formation, City have considered they've considered very, very little. So I think it was kind of clear that it was going to happen with the way they were getting the results. So a good one for them. I personally do not see it. I've said it that they said, okay, that they've already surpassed Manchester United by doing the treble, that's the only thing United had. But I don't think so, because United still have more titles than City. Yes, I know they are the better team than United, but United still remains the bigger team, still remains the more popular team, is still the team with the bigger fan base, is still the team with the bigger value, revenue, and all of that. So City is still a work in progress. So congratulations to them. I know it will still continue, but I think it's a wake-up call that the way they've been dominating like this, it's a wake-up call for other teams in the Premier League and in Europe that we need to wake up to this reality, because the longer Guardiola stays there, I think this domination is going to continue. So it's a wake-up call for other teams in Europe.
All right. Sheye, please, I want you to wax lyrics about this great man. What do you think about him, Sheye?
Yeah, Don, I think the best thing about Pep is the fact that he has evolved over the years. Like Kunle and Prof have mentioned, the fact that he's now more conservative in his approach. He has more or less embraced the physicality of the Premier League. And I also think he even evolved this year mid-season, because I think we've mentioned on this show several times that he loaned out Cancelo mid-season because he was trying to find solutions to issues they had in defending transitions. He now plays more or less. He plays a 3-2-4-1 with Stones playing midfield. When they lose the ball, it becomes a back four with more or less 4 centre backs. This is something that I could never have envisaged Pep doing years back. He's now less fine. He still wants his team to have possession, but I think he's now more open to at least ceding possession and even playing more direct in his approach. We've seen them in some instances in some games this season more or less play long to Haaland, bypassing the opponent's press. We saw that against Arsenal in particular. So he's more flexible in his approach. Winning the treble is just amazing. Fine, people would say he has spent money, but like Eric mentioned, he actually has a lesser net spend than Chelsea and Man U since he arrived in the Premier League. Of course, you can explain Chelsea's by saying maybe they were still lower than Man City before last season's splurge under Todd Bowley, but I still feel you need to spend wisely, and that's something they tend to do at Man City, because you can hardly find a player who they've signed in the last 5 to 6 years that actually flopped. So they tend to pick out their targets well, and they tend to spend wisely, and they seldom break the 80 million mark. Most of their arrivals, apart from Grealish, of course, are mostly in the 50 to 60 million pound range, which is more or less decent good in the current market. So they spend wisely. He is now more adaptable in his approach, and that's actually one of the things that I've been impressed by with Pep in the last 12 to 18 months. So I'm pleased for him, because people said he could not win the Champions League without Messi, but he has done that now. So I think we can put that really silly argument to rest now.
That silly argument.
One of the silliest arguments ever in the world of football.
All right, Prof, do you have anything to say about this guy? I mean, the genius. I call him genius.
No. I mean, I've said my bit. I mean, Sheye has said a lot already. Everybody knows it's just an amazing manager, to be honest. And the thing about it is, he doesn't rest. He will want to go again. Look, he's going to go for the next one. Nobody has ever done 4 in a row. He will want to do that. He wants to make a mark. A lot of things have been said about this man when he came to Premier League. He can't do this. He can't play this way. Nobody can do this. Nobody can do that. And he has all gone and done it. And he will be looking to break the next and the next record. That's just who he is. He's a serial winner. Yeah.
All right, let me move on to this argument with you, Margaret. Margaret, Man City versus Manchester United. Kunle mentioned congratulations to them. Can you elaborate more on this treble? You know, Man City having treble, also Man United having treble. In fact, internet was so busy, Twitter was so busy over the weekend. Which angle are you looking at? I mean, Man City having treble right now, matching Manchester United.
Well, first of all, I would like to say congratulations to Man City and especially Pep Guardiola. He has been doing it, and he keeps improving every season in, season out. He keeps showing the world that he is the best in the business. And then City, wow, great. Well, I think the only thing I would just say, it just shows that in Manchester, that Manchester actually have created a landmark. You know, they are a pace setter when it comes to winning treble. That's by the way, though. Please, can you your question again? I was a bit lost.
I was asking about the treble of Man City matching Manchester United. Is there any kind of a little bit different the way Man City won their own, likewise Manchester United? Is there any comparison in those periods?
Of course, there is different, and not because I'm actually a United fan, but when you look at both treble, it can be compared in a different way. They have their own. It's actually carried different vibe, but 1999 zone, I'm telling you, that's actually the best. That was the best treble compared to these two, Man United, because I felt no one saw it coming. No one saw that coming. You saw that up until that 80-something minute, Bayern was still leading. And then United came in from a goal down to score 2 quick goals. It was fantastic. It was actually great. But Pep's own, we already knew. Everybody already knew that they thought, that they are going to win it. It was already there for them. So I feel that both Man United 1999 treble actually is the greatest compared to this. So that's all.
All right.
Just to digress a little bit.
All right.
I've been seeing a lot of Arsenal fans. Sorry, I'm bringing up Arsenal. but you know, on the back of the treble, I've been seeing Arsenal fans saying that they rate their golden Premier League trophy, which is the unbeaten. They're rating it over the treble, and I think it's absolute nonsense. I think the fact that they think they can rate an unbeaten season where they drew, I think, is it 8 or 11? I don't know, 8 to 11 games. I'm not sure of the numbers now, but they drew a lot of games. You know, over a team that competed in 3 trophies and won all 3. They did not compete. It was the only trophy they won that season was the Premier League trophy. You know, this massive team they've done the 100 points. They've done it. They've sought all sorts of, so for me, I think they should, whatever Arsenal fans are listening, they should dare that argument. The treble is much more important and much more greater fit than that competing season that they had. I just said I should put that out. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much on that. Quick one. On this, do you irate going to the next season, or the way you see it, the only manager I think could match Pep, in my own opinion, is Jurgen Klopp. What do you think? Who can stop this man in Premiership? Because I don't see any coach matching this great man. What do you think, irate? Can Klopp stop this one again going to the next season? Because I only see Klopp can head to head.
Yeah, I mean, only Klopp has been able to do that since Pep came. I think, his first season, Leicester City won the league. So, but yeah, while they were on a steamroll, only Liverpool have been able to break it once.
Yeah.
I think we ran them close twice as well. So, for me, I would say Liverpool needs a rebuild, and that is the difference between Liverpool and City. Now we are hearing that City wants to sign Gvardiol from Leipzig, despite having several centre backs that even some of them can't make the first 11, like Laporte.
Yeah,
so
Laporte.
This is where Pep is always ahead of the rest. He knows when to refresh. He knows when to bring out Sané. He knows when to take out Gabriel Jesus, bring in Alvarez. He knows how to refresh the squad.
Cancelo that we are looking at.
And now we're even hearing that Mahrez might leave, and maybe also
Gundogan.
He's always Gundogan. He's always ahead. He knows the next player to bring in to refresh the squad. That is one thing about Pep, and that is one thing Klopp has not done very well at Liverpool. I think for me, not just Klopp, other managers as well need to. So to protect this league and to make it the best as it has always been, and not make it become a farmers' league, because I think if Man City win next season again, we are going to become much of a laughing stock in this league, honestly. Because what will be the difference in Bundesliga and the rest?
Yes.
So it's up to managers to sit up and, learn how to play this team, learn how to stop this team. We know Pep is a genius. I was telling someone that I think the last team that I know in the Premier League that played 4 centre halves is West Brom under Big Sam. But Pep is doing it. I mean, the fullbacks don't even bother attacking. All Ake has to do is give the ball to Grealish and defend. Simple as that. So, we also, other managers have to revolutionize. Look at how Inter Milan, I think Inter Milan went with them toe to toe, honestly. I was very impressed with the Inter Milan. They didn't let Man City play their game and disrupted their rhythm a lot. So, and for Liverpool, like you said, Klopp is the only one that has done it. I feel like we need more signings to be able to.
Conte did it direct with Chelsea.
Really? Yeah, yes.
Was it Conte or Leicester?
Conte did it.
No, Leicester did it. Leicester did that, but that was the second Pep's second season also at Man City.
That was Pep's first season.
Conte was
okay. That was his first season. Yeah. Klopp came in 2015 and Pep came in 2016. And that was the year Leicester City won it.
Yeah, then Chelsea won in 2016.
Then Chelsea won in 2016 with Conte. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. So but I mean, among those managers now,
I guess.
Mm-hmm. Among those managers, like Klopp is, but I feel like next season, Eric Ten Hag will also, improve this. So I see Man United improving next season. Tottenham, I'm not sure with what direction they are moving in. Arsenal, I think Arsenal are also going to carry on from the good things they've done this season and also add a couple more players. So, but for me, honestly, like,
and you see, no one is mentioning Eddie Howe, Newcastle Eddie Howe. So, yeah, we shouldn't write them off.
Newcastle challenging for the title, though. I think that's a long shot. I don't see them challenging for the title. The fact that they are also in European competition now, they have a divided attention. And would they have the squad to do it? That is questionable. So, but like I said, other managers have to sit up, make signings. Liverpool, for me, we've signed McAllister. I think we still need 3 more signings before we can even compete for the Premier League title again. But I know Klopp has done it before. I see us having a much, much better season. And, probably even challenging for the title next season. Will it be enough to beat Man City and Haaland? I don't know, but let's see. By the end of the transfer window, we'll have a better idea of who has done well in the transfer market and which club can go head to head with Man City next season.
All right. Let's
be honest.
move on. Yeah.
No, quickly, John. Sorry. To be honest, I don't see how anybody takes out Pep. Even Klopp, even Liverpool. I think we don't know what Liverpool are going to see next year. Yeah, we don't know yet what they will be, but we know what we're going to get from Pep. We've always known it. Even when Arsenal were a lot of points ahead, we knew what we were going to get from them. So they are the only ones at this moment in time that we can say that we know what we'll get. And that man is going to refresh the squad. I think what we'll see next season is, like I said, the stakes are very high. Chelsea will sign, United will sign, Newcastle will sign, Liverpool are signing, Arsenal will improve. And then I feel like these top teams will take points off each other. And if it comes to a point where these other top teams take points off each other, obviously, we know City are the champions. They are difficult to beat. I think that's just going to give City a little bit more breathing space to run away with the title because, when Arsenal takes on Liverpool next season, we don't know what's going to happen. They're going to take points off each other. Newcastle, they will sign. So I see these big teams, challenging each other, taking points. But Man City would, they just have that in them to get over the line. So I still feel like I can't look past Man City at this moment in time.
I tell
Yeah,
you.
yes, of course we can't look past Man City, but I think I want to disagree with that. We know City they are a strong team. They have formidable back four. They have they have a great manager. But look, at the time, fatigue can play another role in a team. Let's take Liverpool for example. Liverpool won. They got to the final of the Champions League. They won the Champions League. Even the year after 2020, they won the Premier League, and then 2021, what happened? They were fatigued, and some of the players at the point got injured, probably because of too much games that they have played. Same thing also with City. City played either 50 or close to 50 games already, and you think fatigue not gonna come in? It will definitely come in. It will come in. And I don't see City having this run like they did next season, like they did in the season that just passed. I don't
If I
think
were you,
so.
I would not. If I were
If
you,
they said
I wouldn't say
no,
that.
I am not
This is a
saying
team
no.
that's going to win
I
back
am
to
not
back
saying,
league.
Fab, you understand? This is the Premier League. It has never happened. No team has ever won it 4 times in a row. If there had been anything that would have actually done that, probably it would have been Man United, but no team has done that. So I'm going to start, and we will talk back. You guys, I'm going to see next season, we're going to see a different Premier League winner, a different one, a different team winning it. It's not going to be City again. And I mark my word,
All right,
I'm
let's
saying
mark your word. Let's mark it.
yeah.
All
Of
right.
course, please mark it be done. If you haven't done that, please do it.
I am doing it right now.
All right, thank you.
I do it now. Shall talk to me about Arsenal transfers? Do you have anything to tell the Arsenal fans watching us? Club focus on Arsenal. Who goes in? Who comes in? Who goes there?
Yeah, well, I feel before we talk about the incomings and outgoings, we need to talk about William Saliba signing his extension. I think over the weekend, he had 1 year left to run on his present deal. So, and we all know how well he played for them last season. So having him get that extension, I think the new deal runs out in 2027. So that's a good one for them. Now about the incomings, I think they are prioritizing their midfield because we all saw the reports at the end of last season where that suggested that Granit Xhaka might be on his way out of the club, and he seemed to also bid farewell to the home fans in Arsenal's last game against Wolves on the final day of last season. So he might be sold. So the incomings, we've heard Rice and Caicedo. In fact, Arsenal fans now call it Rice. They've combined both names on Twitter and they call it Rice now. So obviously, it seems Arsenal are in the driving seat for Declan Rice. It's going to cost a fortune. I think it's about 80 to 100 million pounds, somewhere within that range. But it seems Arsenal are willing to spend the money. Obviously, we know that they are back in the Champions League, so they want to have the required depth. So I think they are front runners for Declan Rice. I don't know if they will get, and Prof has actually just pointed that out. I don't know if they will get both Rice and Caicedo, but let's see how it goes. But I feel they want to prioritize their midfield, and they are also in for. It seems they are also in for Gundogan, but I think that depends on what he decides regarding his Man City future. We've seen reports that he doesn't want to play for another Premier League club if he leaves Man City. I think that remains to be seen until he comes out to state that. So we really can't tell. So regarding incomings, I think they are trying to prioritize their midfield. We saw how Thomas Partey more or less lost a bit of his form in the last days of last season. So I think they want to have enough cover due to competing in the PL and also in the Champions League. So I believe midfield is their priority, and I even saw reports that it seems Lazio are in for Jorginho, who just signed for Arsenal in January. Though I want to believe he's going to stay one more season at Arsenal at least and use up his 18-month contract. So I think they are going to bring in more than they sell this season, or in this summer rather. Although we've heard recent reports about Emil Smith Rowe, who had a very injury-plagued last year for Arsenal. And we've seen Arteta more or less sell players that he can't rely on, either due to performances or due to poor fitness. So with Smith Rowe's injury problems last season, we might just see him get sold as well. So I think Arsenal they'll be busy in the summer window. So but I want to believe they'll get at least 1 or 2 bodies in their midfield.
All right, Kunle, over to you on this one. This great man, I love him. It's all about Djokovic. He won the Roland Garros over the weekend. Kunle, what do you think about this man? Talk to me.
Phenomenal. I mean, he's actually shown that he is class above Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal, and that is the truth, because if you look at how this guy, as at when he was going to win his second Grand Slam, Federer and Nadal had like about 15 Grand Slam titles combined. But from 2011 up to this weekend, he was able to overtake them. He started, he started building in this kind of very immense confidence mentality that even Federer could not match when they meet. 2017, 2018 was a year when Nadal, Djokovic were meeting back to back in Grand Slams, and Djokovic was beating him and look at him here. He's going to be 36 later this year. 36. But look at him at the top of his game, playing flawless tennis, And let's not forget that Djokovic could have broken the Grand Slam record much earlier, but he missed the Australian Open last year because he refused to take the COVID-19 vaccine, and he couldn't enter the US Open as well because he refused. And there was a year also where he was ejected from, I think, the US Open for unsporting behavior, I think. But look at him today. And the way he's going, it's most likely he's going to win the remaining 2 Grand Slams of the year, meaning he will be the first man to win all Grand Slams in 1 year. So Djokovic is not yet done. So the amount of Grand Slams he can win, it's scary because Roger Federer is no longer in the scene. Rafael Nadal is likely to retire next year because he has a lot of injury issues at the moment. So, it's all for Djokovic now at the moment, and you can't take that away from him.
All right. This is how far we can go. I want to ask Iris, is there any transfer activity going on at Liverpool at the moment, or is that okay by you having McAllister? Iris, I think that's okay.
No, definitely. I'm expecting more players. I mean, we are being linked to lots of midfielders right now. Klepatura, Manukone. Also, we've been linked recently to Benjamin Pavard. So, I think talks are still ongoing. Like I said, I'm expecting, for me, I'll expect 3 more signings coming into the club. Yeah, 3 more signings. At least we should have 4 signings coming into this club this summer and getting rid of. There's a lot
Which
of
area? Which area is Liverpool? Which area of the pitch?
Centre half is priority. We have Matip and Gomez. They're deadwood. They should be shipped out. And we need a centre back who can compete with Van Dijk and Konate. And also Konate is injury prone, so that is an area of concern. Then we need a right back because, like I said, for me, the rebuilding has to start from Trent moving away from that right back position. We can't keep playing that back 3 we played towards the end of last season. I think we'll be exposed. So we need a right back, a centre half, and probably a DMF also coming into midfield to challenge Fabinho. We can't afford to have Fabinho having that terrible season he had last season. It's not just possible because we'll probably struggle to even make top 4 again. So for me, we need a DMF to challenge him, then a centre half and a right back, and then we are ready to go.
All right. Margaret, who is buying Manchester United? Is it the Yassine? I'm talking about the Qataris, or is it Jim Ratcliffe? Do you know any idea? Because I don't know where this club is taking us to. The way we are taking us to, I don't know. You tell me.
Well, for now, nothing concrete yet. But our fear is that the Glazers shouldn't give up selling the club.
Yes. Yes.
They should not give up selling the club. And according to reports recently, we heard that Sir Jimmy is actually leading in the race to buy the club, because I felt the reason why they want to give it to him, maybe because he promised that the Glazers will have some shares in the club. I think that actually sounds good for the Glazers, which to the fans and sport lovers, I don't think is actually good. So, and then a point also, I said, I think as last week when the Qatari did their bid, he actually said that that's going to be the former bid, but I think he's been encouraged to go more close to the £6 billion that the Glazers actually asking for. But for now, nothing concrete, and hopefully maybe by next week or before the end of this week, we'll get to hear good news. We'll get to United fans will get to hear good news about who is taking over. And in terms of transfer, the only thing we've heard in the report is that Man United are after Mason Mount, but they are not ready to pay that amount that Chelsea are asking for, because he has just a year left on his contract. So any other concrete rumor, concrete speculation, for now, nothing else, just Mason Mount on.
All right, this is how far we can go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, on to the next one, which is going to be on Friday. It's going to be massive. I want to thank you all. Kunle, thank you so much for joining us on this show. Fantastic.
Yeah, thanks, the Don. Nice to be on the show once.
All right, Margaret, thank you for joining us on this show. On to the next one, Margaret.
All right.
All right, Prof. I'm sure Chelsea, they don't need to buy anything.
Oh, we are fine. We'll use Harvard. We'll use Harvard.
All right, thanks for joining us. All right, man. One love. Irate. Thanks so much, your brother, for joining us on this show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Don.
All right, man. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, thanks, Don. It was great to be back on the show.
Alright, thank you so much, bro. One love. Alright, guys, this is Appa. We can go tonight. Alright, please smash the like on the video, subscribe to our channel. Let's do it together. Let's build the community together. I tell you, Chess Academy, Istv, Chess Academy. On the line, it's about to be launched. And our website as well, it's about to be launched as well. So join us. Action Park coming up on this station. One love, people. I'm signing out.